What's up guys, Mr. Wise here and welcome to my studio tour version 1.0. So I wanted to take this time to show you what's going on in this room before I actually transformed it to be what it is now. This room was just a spare bedroom and I didn't really have a place where it was ready to go for me to shoot my YouTube videos, sometimes editing as well as live streaming. So I decided, let me transform this room since it is just at my house. It's not like the other studios that are where I'm working. The reason being is, number one, COVID-19 restrictions that were happening, and just when I thought it was over, there was some looting that was going on. People were not working. So I decided, for me to be productive, I just really need to stay at home as much as possible. So let me just transform this spare bedroom. It's not really like a big bedroom. It was just a 4x3 square meters bedroom, and I transformed it so that I can use it for a lot of other stuff that I do as a content creator, editor, and videographer in general. So without wasting so much of the time, let's start with the background. So I created this whole background from scratch. When I mean scratch, I mean from scratch. So these acoustic panels, I created these acoustic panels to just really help to damp some of the echo, as well as to just give the background a certain, look. I didn't just want it to have a plain background with some picture frames and stuff like that. I just wanted it to be a little bit spaceship-like, So I came up with this background and I put some LED lights. Each and every LED light here has got its own remote, but I can control all of them with just one remote. So it will just give me different looks in the studio when I'm doing different types of videos. If I want to change the colors of these lights, backgrounds, just one remote, I can change just like that. It has got how many colors? 16 different colors. So with introduction of these LED lights, it's super because I can really adjust it to some looks that I'm going for in particular videos. This goes with the theme. Maybe I'm trying to review my red iPhone. I can change the whole studio to be red to just kind of match the theme of the iPhone that I'm trying to review. All right, next up, let's talk about the editing desk, which is over here. Since I'm also going to be using this room for editing, it was very important for me to get a very good editing desk that kind of matches the room. So let me just go ahead and start showing you what is on this table and why it is there. Choosing the table is just a simple $100-ish table. It's called Morocco Modular Desk. I love this one specifically. Number one is because it's lightweight. It doesn't have it's not covered. There's a lot of airflow inside. And then the other thing that I love about it, it's this right side over here. It has got all these shelves that I can use to put some extra stuff that I need for my editing. It could be hard drives. It could just be any other stuff. All right. Since it also appears in my videos as a background, I can also put some Easter eggs, like just some decorations to just show in the video in the background. I actually did a review about this table and I've spoken a lot of the things that I love about this table. For now, let me just go ahead and show you what is on this table. Over my right here, we just have this, a model of a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce is my favorite car, and I've got these anamorphic lenses. By the way, I use them on my Lumix GH5, that's why they are there. It took me a lot of time to get them. And then we have this plant. Down there, of course, we have the computer itself. Nothing really special about it other than how it is put on the table. I have put it in the vertical position, which has got some advantages because there's airflow everywhere. And now it acts as a desktop. It is being held by these corner bars that I put on the table with just some screws. And I like it the way it is because now it's not taking other space on my table. Okay. And then down here, I've got some stuff that I'm reviewing, things that I'm checking to show you guys what I love about those particular stuff. And down the shelf there, I have just, capture cards just there because I use them for live streaming. They're just there. If I need to do live streaming, just grab them, connect, and then I'm ready to go. When it comes to the computer, like I said, nothing special about it. It's just i7 7th generation with 32 GB RAM and 4 TB storage. I use it actually for editing, and I love it more than my desktop, like the actual desktop that I use in my other studio. You know, with this one, it can edit 4K footage. It just drags a little bit when I'm doing 10-bit footage, but normal 8-bit 4K footage, it edits without dropping frames. Moving away from the computer, we have these Logitech speakers that I don't really use so much, but when I need them, I just put some there because most of the time I edit using headphones. So I normally use the headphones, which are just over here. Next to the Logitech speakers, there's a gaming mouse pad with a gaming mouse on it. Next to it, there is also a gaming mechanical keyboard. I actually did a review about why I love gaming keyboard and gaming mouse for editing, other than the lights and making the studio just looking so beautiful. And by the way, I never use wireless keyboard and wireless mouse because I spend so much time editing that I forget sometimes when the batteries are finished, the mouse begins to drag. So make sure I always use keyboard keyboards and keyboard mouse. All right, next to the keyboard, there is a dual monitor setup going on here. Nothing really special about these monitors. This is just a 27-inch LG monitor, and next to it, there is this 17-inch LG monitor as well, put in a vertical orientation. The reason why I have this setup like this is because this is strictly for editing. When I'm editing vertical videos, at least I have a vertical monitor. If I want to check how something is gonna look in the phone, a vertical monitor comes in handy. Having a setup like this is really handy because now I have not just two monitors that are put together like in my other studios, but at least a useful monitor because I can get away editing with just one monitor. The second monitor really has to be for specific reason. That's why I have this monitor like this. And then these monitors are being held by this computer bracket that I love really much because I can move these monitors anyhow that I want. You know, I can orientate them to any direction that I want them to be. I can, you know, tilt them. In fact, when it comes to tilting them, sometimes since this desk is not a standing desk, I can tilt these monitors like this to just give me a certain perfect viewing angle. And then I can put this mouse here and I can edit while standing up. That's really good of this computer bracket. So they are being suspended by this computer bracket. I actually did a review about why I love about this particular computer bracket. It is very smart, cable management is solid, and I love it like that. And it's very easy, you can just clamp it to the desk. That's why everything here works for a common good. This desk is really lightweight, you can clamp quite a lot of stuff on the desk. That's why I have clamped the monitor there. And hopefully I've spoken a lot of what is on my desk. Let's talk now about the cameras that I use for, you know, shooting my videos and other stuff that are in this studio. All right, moving on to the videography side of things. I normally use the Lumix GH5 to record all my YouTube videos. As you can see, let me see if I can show you. There it is, that's the Lumix GH5. I have got a Lumix GH5 over here and I have another GH5 over there. So I have like 3 setup going on inside this studio. I normally have a monitor to just monitor what I'm looking at because I cannot see at the back of the screen. Even if this camera has got a flip out screen, it's too small. So I normally use this Blackmagic external monitor, and there's another monitor over here which is recording me now. I always use monitors inside the studio, and there's another monitor that side. And then the camera is in this awesome cage with this big matte box to just kind of block some of the lights coming in inside the camera when I'm recording videos. This cage is actually 2 cages in one because I wanted it to contain quite a few stuff. This is where I'm mounting my sound This is where I'm mounting a couple of other stuff. And talking about the sound, actually, I normally use this audio deck, DSLR audio deck. I find it works perfect with most of my microphones, like this Sennheiser MKE600, which becomes more like one of the most expensive microphones that I have. And everything is suspended on this gigantic tripod, which was ridiculously expensive. I don't even know what got into me to buy this expensive tripod like this, because it costed almost like $1,200 or $1,300, something like 17,000 rands at that particular time, and I bought it 4 or 5 years ago. This is like the main videography corner. This is the one that I use to take my YouTube videos. I can use this background, I can use that other background, and I have another setup going on that side. Let me just show you where I do my top-down videos. All right, so when I'm doing product review, anything that requires a camera to be on top, this is where I normally do it. So there's a couple of stuff going on here. Let's get to it. The first thing is I have a camera mounted on top there, which shows obviously the top part, the down part. So when I'm doing a review of a product, it's just easy. I can just pick a product, show it to the camera just like that. And it's just dedicated for such kind of stuff. And in order for me to see what I am recording on top here, I have a monitor dedicated here that is connected to the top camera there, so I can monitor easily. If I know I'm putting something and I know that I'm in focus, I can always see it here. And of course, I always have a camera that is taking, not with all this background stuff coming in, just a portrait of me. It really is good. There is also a dedicated light, a top-down light dedicated just for this section. And I do not only use this section for product review. If I want to do green screen video kind of stuff, it is also this place, because I have a green screen hanging down there. Let me see if I can just bring it down. So if I need something that needs green screen, so this is also where I do it. My daughter was here by the door. She's crying, she wants to enter. If I'm doing something that needs a green screen, this is also that section. All right, so let's move on to the last section maybe. All right, so this is the other background that I said, a dark background. So this is where I mostly do my live streaming videos. And yeah, this concludes the end of this video. If there's something that you have seen in this studio or something that you wanted me to talk more about, please just do let me know in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, a sub would be much appreciated. This is Mr. Wise, over and out. Peace.